In today's news, yesterday at the Bitcoin Policy Summit, Congress emphasized the urgency of a stablecoin bill and a resulting digital dollar. Listen closely to Congressman Willie Nickel.
We've heard this morning from Senator Gillibrand that we're likely to see a Senate version of a stablecoin bill introduced, and we heard a little bit about McHenry saying that as sort of a foundation. I know there was the market structure bill, but also what are your thoughts on stablecoin legislation, how you think that could help with the space?
Yeah, no, I mean, really close. We are really close again. Maxine Waters at one point said, recently, very, very close. That's a great sign. The thing we really need to be talking about is where the U.S. is going with the digital dollar in the next 10, 20 years. And if we continue to just bury our head in the sand, other countries are going to succeed, and we're going to see the dollar lose its status as the global reserve currency. And we do so well as a country because of the status of the dollar. And as we shift into a more digital economy, we need to make sure we're keeping that status, and stablecoin legislation is a really important piece of that.
Now, it is mighty convenient that Congress are now scrambling, acting their damnedest to try and put everything into motion, but it is also mighty convenient that they make this announcement about the urgency of a stablecoin bill and a resulting digital dollar mere days after Ripple announced their stablecoin that will be integrated onto the XRP ledger. Do you understand how exciting this is? Because Ripple's stablecoin will be 100% backed by US dollar deposits, US government bonds and cash equivalents, effectively 100% backed by the US government. This is a market with unprecedented growth. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse confirmed that $2.8 trillion could quickly shift onto the XRP ledger as a result of the Ripple stablecoin. So with stablecoin regulations finally in motion and seemingly not far off now, this more or less confirms that XRP's takeover is now happening. Especially, and you're going to love this story, especially because the SEC, Gary Gensler, has lost again. I'll never get tired of saying that. Honestly, at this point, who needs crypto? If I had a nickel for every time the SEC lost, I'd be a millionaire. I would be. As we can see from Ripple's Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoty, the SEC continues to lose. The Second Circuit Court of Appeals refused to reconsider the decision in Govell, which held that if a buyer suffers no financial loss, the SEC is not entitled to disgorgement from the seller. Basically meaning that the SEC's ridiculous request for a $2 billion settlement deal with Ripple just got shut down completely. It was exactly as Meta Lawman stated a little while back on the 27th of March that Ripple did get very, very lucky. Because no one incurred any losses on Ripple's behalf, the SEC will struggle to get a favourable deal, if any, out of Ripple. Ripple's case is airtight, and Gary Gensler may struggle all he wants, but he ain't winning nothing. And that makes me, as it should make you, so very happy. Thanks to Ripple's bravery and victories in the court, they have paved the way for crypto to thrive. And now, as confirmed in this interview on CNBC, we are going to see a massive capital repricing event very soon. This is massive. Pay close attention.
And it still has a massive runway ahead of it. It's our position that we are in the very, very early innings today of a massive capital repricing event. So we're going to the digital pricing of capital is becoming digital. Okay. And so if you look at the data on Bitcoin right now, what you see is that the realized capitalization, this is very different. It's different than the market cap. It's the realized capitalization of Bitcoin. The average Bitcoin, what the realized cap shows you is the price at which every last Bitcoin has traded. That's 24,000 today. Why is that important? Well, it tells you that the average Bitcoin holder is up 150% on their investment right now. It also tells you that $500 trillion of fiat right now has been, $500 billion of fiat right now has been converted into Bitcoin. It's been repriced. There's hundreds of trillions of dollars of capital out there today, and we're only at 500 billion being repriced into Bitcoin. And we're right ahead of a halving event in April. So we are massive bulls on this. It's our biggest position. At the end of the day, there are use cases around it outside of just turning fiat into a digital ledger of transparency and trust. So yeah, there will be additional uses longer term. Again, I still think we're really, really early, which is why it's a really interesting and important technology for people to hold in their portfolio just for the appreciation potential.
Now, we can see evidence of this shift out of the old system and into the new one already, with the FDIC apparently reporting that the United States is prepared for potential failures of major Wall Street banks in the very near future. But that is not all, because this repricing event, this shift even, is global. In Australia now, banks are already going cashless, refusing to do cash withdrawals for their customers. On the surface of everything, it looks like Bitcoin is the one leading this charge. That's what they said on CNBC, and it is to an extent, but truthfully, the ones truly who are pulling the strings, the puppet master, the ones from the shadow, is Ripple. The European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde stated in this interview that anything that is using distributed ledger technology, whether you call it crypto, assets, currency or whatever, and it's far from the Bitcoin that we used to talk about a year ago, that is clearly shaking the system. Now, she is obviously talking about XRP, and if you don't believe me, well, for one, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse is sitting at the same table as these massive players, as we can see in these photos. The European Central Bank has published papers saying that Bitcoin is not the future, but also Ripple is a partner with the Digital Euro Association. That should be evidence enough for you to make you see and realize that Ripple is shaking the systems. And do you want to know who Ripple is also closely associated with, proving that they are shaking the system? MiCA. And what is MiCA, you ask? Oh, just the market in crypto assets MiCA, the regulations that are being put in play for stablecoin and crypto and frankly all digital assets, this new digital system. And as we can see, Ripple are closely associated back in 2022. MiCA sets precedent for other frameworks worldwide. Final rules being put in place this year equals we're nearly there in Europe. Crypto has left behind its old Wild West label as banks look to the technology to improve their solutions. And digital assets is not just an option, but a necessity for those looking to stay relevant. You will not survive if you do not adapt. And as we can see in this short clip from Smoke, the regulations once more affirming that Ripple and XRP is taking over is going to happen in June this year.
Key impact of MiCA. So what does it bring new? So first of all, MiCA introduced 3 types of crypto asset classes, 3 regulated group of activities. It provides responsibilities for crypto asset issuers, requires white paper publication, defines crypto asset, and has authorization requirements. Also, MiCA prohibits insider trading, and the most important, MiCA provides a minimum capital requirements for different types of businesses, for example, 50,000 euros for order management and crypto consulting, 125,000 euros for asset custody and crypto exchange, and 150,000 euros for trading platform.
Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.